The moment Lewis Hamilton spoke into the radio at Imola, everything changed inside Ferrari. It wasn't a dramatic shout. It wasn't a speech full of emotion. It was just a simple, calm sentence spoken as he exited the Tamburello section of the circuit. "On Saturdays and Sundays are ours," he said. The global broadcast never aired it. Fans watching from home had no idea it even happened. But inside Ferrari's command center, that line felt like a thunderclap. It was more than just words. It was a quiet revolution. Hamilton had just passed a group of cars with smooth control. He wasn't just racing. He was sending a message. And that message has now spread from the garage at the track all the way to Ferrari's design headquarters. In Maranello, engineers, strategists, and team leaders are now all paying attention to what Hamilton said and did in those 63 laps. That one muted radio call has started a new chapter at Ferrari, one that might change the team forever. The Imola weekend had started in chaos. Hamilton had qualified in 12th place, but from the start of the race, something was different. He looked focused, determined, and confident in every move. By lap 43, he was charging forward. Every overtake was sharp, every corner was clean. When he radioed in after passing through Tamburello, he wasn't bragging. He wasn't excited. He was calm and controlled. He was simply giving a clear diagnosis of what Ferrari needed to do to win. If we fix qualifying, we're winning. That was it. One sentence. But it said everything. That message was not just a personal opinion. It was a strategy memo delivered in real time from the heart of the race. The global feed didn't play it, but everyone in the garage heard it, and it hit harder than any complaint or media headline could. This wasn't just about fixing one race. It was a challenge to Ferrari's entire approach. Behind Hamilton's plan stands Riccardo Adami. He is Hamilton's race engineer, and he plays a key role in how things are now changing inside Ferrari. Adami is quiet. He doesn't say much, but he listens closely and acts quickly. His job isn't just to give Hamilton data, it's to translate instinct into results. Together, Hamilton and Adami have created something rare inside Ferrari: trust. Real trust. Fast trust. No politics, no confusion, just precision. After the race at Imola, Adami came on the radio and called Hamilton's overtakes explosive. Hamilton responded with simple words: cool, sharp, repeatable. That short conversation showed how well they worked together. No emotion, just facts. No fluff, just focus. That's what Ferrari has been missing for years now. Their teamwork is shaping every part of the car. Brake balance, engine torque, tire strategies, everything is now being adjusted based on Hamilton's feedback and Adami's fast actions. In a team that is often known for politics and slow decisions, this kind of partnership is a breath of fresh air. It's clean, it's powerful, and most of all, it's starting to change Ferrari from the inside. Charles Leclerc is still fast. He's still a strong driver, but his connection with his race crew doesn't have the same rhythm. And in Formula 1, rhythm wins races. The SF25 car is a machine full of potential, but it has issues. Over a long race distance, it can challenge any car on the grid, but in qualifying, it holds back. It becomes nervous. It struggles with light fuel loads and low downforce settings. The rear brakes overheat when pushed too hard, and the car becomes unstable. To deal with that, Ferrari's engineers have been playing it safe. They choose conservative setups to avoid problems, but that strategy is costing them on Saturdays. Hamilton is now fighting to change that. He is leading a new way of thinking inside the team. He is asking for bold decisions, for more aggressive strategies. He wants Ferrari to stop holding back, and slowly, some inside the team are starting to listen. This is why Ferrari often looks average on Saturdays, but suddenly fast on Sundays. It's not because the car is slow, it's because the team is afraid to take risks. There's a battle inside the garage between those who want to play it safe and those who believe it's time to attack, and Hamilton is now leading a second group on lap 57 at Imola. Charles Leclerc's small hesitation told the whole story. He was defending against Albon, going into Variante Alta. He left a tiny gap. Hamilton saw it and didn't wait. He took the position with a clean and confident move. A few corners later, Albon passed Leclerc too. That one overtake said more than any team meeting could. It showed that Hamilton was now the lead driver, not just in name, but in action. There were no team orders. No one told Leclerc to move aside. Hamilton just took the chance when it came, And after the race, Leclerc said nothing on the radio. No complaints, no excuses, just silence. The power shift had happened. Everyone could feel it. Hamilton wasn't just the new driver. He was now the one leading the team on and off the track. This wasn't the first time Hamilton shook things up at Ferrari. Back in Shanghai, he had given the team their first win of 2025. He led every lap of the sprint race and stood on the top step of the podium in red for the first time. But just one day later, everything collapsed. Both Ferrari cars were disqualified. Leclerc's for being underweight, and Hamilton's for a plank wear issue, a double disqualification, a disaster. Inside the garage, Hamilton didn't hold back. He asked the hard questions. How do you chase titles with this kind of sloppiness? That moment changed everything. He stopped acting like a guest and started acting like a leader. It wasn't an emotional outburst. It was a structural warning. From that point on, he began rebuilding Ferrari from the ground up. At Imola, that new leadership showed clearly. Hamilton took a setup risk that few would ever try. He chose a low downforce rear wing, which made the car faster on straights, but harder to control. Most drivers would not choose such a setup at a technical track like Imola, but Hamilton did. The car was unstable. The rear moved around, but he handled it. He controlled the brake temperatures manually during the race, using technique and timing. He never went too far. He kept the car in the zone. In the second half of the race, his lap times were over 2/10 faster on average than Leclerc's. Even though his car was harder to drive, Leclerc had picked a safer setup, with more downforce and more grip, but he lost time on the straights and couldn't defend when Hamilton came through. The difference wasn't just in the car. It was in the mindset. Hamilton showed how to turn a difficult car into a weapon. That's what top drivers do, and at Imola, everyone saw it. Since Shanghai, Hamilton has taken on a bigger role. He's not just a race driver now. He's becoming a team builder, a leader, a voice of change. After each session, he holds meetings with Adami, Ferrari's technical director Loic Serra, and a small group of data engineers. These meetings are not just about lap times. They go deeper. They study brake heat maps. They analyze ride height. They look at differential settings and how they affect tire wear. They build a full picture of what the car needs. Hamilton speaks in short English phrases, sometimes even in Italian. He jokes with the mechanics. He signs every cap, but behind the smiles, he is creating something serious: loyalty. More and more, Ferrari crew members are moving toward Hamilton's side of the garage, not just after a good race, but every weekend. They are starting to believe, and inside Ferrari, belief is everything. Once people start believing, the team becomes faster not just on track, but in the factory, in meetings, in decisions. Ferrari's team boss still talks about treating both drivers equally, but inside the garage, the truth is changing. Simulator data shows that if Ferrari lets Hamilton take more control, the SF25 can fight for pole positions. But the old habits are still there. The team is still slow to let go of the past. Now the season moves to Monaco, then Barcelona, then Montreal. These races will define the middle of the season, and Ferrari must decide: do they follow Hamilton's aggressive ideas, or do they stay cautious? One path could lead to big wins, the other could lead to more frustration. Hamilton is not asking Ferrari to do the impossible. He is asking them to trust the process. He sees where the car is weak. He knows where the time is being lost. And more than that, he knows how to fix it. But the challenge is not just technical, it's cultural. Ferrari has always been known for tradition, for pride, for a system that sometimes moves slowly. Hamilton comes from a different world. He's used to fast thinking, fast acting, and full trust in the driver's feel.